So I had a viewer kindly ask me, what is my Bitcoin prediction and alt season timing? Now, everybody is giving their alt season timing predictions right now. They're giving their Bitcoin predictions right now. Everybody wants to know, is the bull run over or has the bull run really started? I'm going to give you guys some evidence and some proof about why I believe that this bull run has not even begun yet and how this always confuses people. It has confused people in previous bull runs. I'm going to explain that to all you guys in this video. So let's just get right into it. Welcome to Everything Currency. I'm your host Jay, and today, shout out to Jeff9826. He says, what's your Bitcoin prediction and alt season timing? That is a very, very interesting question because we got a lot of people saying a bunch of different things right now, and the charts are looking not so good right now at this point in time. Like the Bitcoin chart is actually not looking good as far as the short term goes. It could dip down to maybe $20,000 and still be in a situation where we could still have a bull run, bull season, alt season, whatever you want to call it. We can still have that even if Bitcoin bounces down. Bounces down doesn't really make sense. Even if Bitcoin goes down really quick, then we will still be able to recover and still have some nice bull run action if some of the things that I'm going to talk about are play out. So let me tell you all about what I mean right now. So first things first, this is my chart of Bitcoin where I'm charting out the halvings, and I'll explain to you the different things on this chart, and right away you'll start to get an idea of what I'm going to say. So when you look at this chart, these blue lines right here, these horizontal lines, these are the halvings, right? You have this mapped out right here. This area right here is from the halving to the all-time high. That's what I mapped out here, and that's what I mapped out here. So this is from the 2016 to the 2017 bull run, from the halving to the all-time high. This is from the 2020 bull run to the 2021 to the end of the 2021, that double top. That is mapped out here. And then we have, you know, the halving, and we haven't even, you know, we only 70 something days since the halving this time. So from here you got from the halving to the all-time high, it is 525 days in that first big alt season where majority of the OGs that got in around the time, like, you know, a lot of people got in. That's where crypto had its first big explosion. I'll say that. 525 days. After that, we had a massive run from that COVID dip all the way up to that double top. It was 584 days. And actually, if you go up to that first top, you have, it was about 420 days. We live in a simulation, y'all. 420 days exactly is crazy. But yeah, from the halving of 2020 to the all-time high, it was 581 days. So if we come over here to where we are now and we just map out where we could be, we go from here, let's get 581 days on here. Let's just do, like, you know, maybe 500, 600 days over there. That puts us in November of next year. So a lot of people who are saying this thing is over are crazy, you know, because maybe, just maybe, it hasn't even started. Maybe what we're getting is, usually we have a dip before the halving or slightly after the halving. We could be getting our first dip going into that 500 or something days, and then we could still have 400 days of up or a year and a half of up. So that's why I said, if we look at this chart and we see a double top possibly playing out here, our support is around here, around that 50K level. We can still bounce there, you know, and, you know, take a time, accumulate, reset the pattern, and still go up, because we have, you know, we're only how many days into this, you know, since the halving hit? Exactly, we're only 91 days since the halving. Now let me zoom in and make sure I get that right. So from here, from the halving to today has been 92 days. So still about 400 days until we get something that matches previous cycles. Now, the thing that I will say is, like, some people might say, hey, well, it's not going to match exactly as previous cycles. Things are a lot different. Yes, things are a lot different. The market is a lot different, but also things are still a lot the same. Like, there's still bullish news coming out. There's still new adoption of this technology. And as there's new adoption adoption across the board, this should bring just liquidity into the system for everything to go up. Now let me continue talking about this, because there's a little bit more to discuss on this chart. Now down here, what we have, and this is the craziest part, from the halving to the bottom, we have what I mapped out here. It is 945 days in the 2016 bull run. From the halving to the bottom in the 2020 bull run, it's also 945 days. It is actually very, very interesting that that's exactly the same from the start of the halving to the bottom after the bull run. It's 945 days. That is very interesting. So if we map, that out on here, actually there's not even really a real reason to map that out, but that's just some more information right there. So we're only 90 days into this halving, 558 days, and keep in mind there's something called the law of diminishing returns, where the return goes down over time. That's why you have 2,000% in this bull run, and then this bull run you have 800%. In this bull run you might only have 400% or 200% gains for Bitcoin, because the overall asset is just getting bigger and it's getting harder to move. You guys know that. That's why you guys like low cap so much. So that's just Bitcoin. Now, when we look at the total two of this market, completely different story, right? I mean, very similar story, but completely different in the sense that as of this point right now of recording this video, this market hasn't even touched its all-time high yet. So this market is letting us know that, hey, maybe this bull run hasn't even started, and maybe Bitcoin just got a little exciting because of the huge ETF news. That was huge news that would throw things out of whack, just kind of how COVID dip was huge news that threw the whole price out of whack to the downside. Then the ETF news could have been something that threw the price out of whack to the upside, and maybe Bitcoin wasn't even supposed to hit its all-time high yet. See, these are things that we don't even know, but people who are saying that the market is done are not looking at that. So as far as like, do I sell all my tokens right now? Look, I wouldn't. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm definitely reevaluating my holds, because I don't want to hold on to losers. So I'm definitely paying attention to more of these teams. Well, I always paid attention to it, but like paying attention to what the team's doing, checking out the GitHub. If you're not liking what's going on with the development of the project, remember you're investing in startups. That's all you're doing. So check in on the startup. If it's still doing good, then you can expect some money in the future. If they're making different moves, they're changing up the original reason why you bought, then those are some things to look at for sure when you're talking about this alt season thing. Now, alt season, how quick does alt season happen? From the halving to the all-time high, it is 541 days for the first alt season. From the halving to the all-time high, it was 590 days. So it's kind of the same as Bitcoin. It grew about 50 days there. So if we map this out and we say, hey, maybe it's 600 days, maybe it's something like that, maybe it's 700 days, maybe it's gonna take longer to get to an all-time high this time around. So one of two things could be happening, in my opinion. We could just be having us a dip before we go into a nice bull run, or we could just have a long-term sideways action and we're not even ready to start like the real bull run yet. So all of the people who've been making money in this run up, in this time right now, yeah, it's been a nice run up, it's been a nice bull run, but it doesn't coincide with this data right here that's showing it doesn't coincide with this data here that's showing it being over. This data is showing that, hey, maybe it's barely starting, or it hasn't even started yet. Just looking at history, and history doesn't have to, go exactly the same. It could just be, that it's going to do something new this time, and then we head back down to zero. So that could always happen as well. But let me know what you guys think. As like I said, I don't do price predictions. I think the market will grow exponentially as more and more people come into the market. We have governments, we have companies, we have individual wealthy people, we have individual investors, we have even the lowest class investor investing only 50 cents into Bitcoin to try to get some type of gain. Like some people in like a third world country can invest 50 cents into Bitcoin. If it gives them $5 when they only make $5 a month, that is still different people utilizing these assets in different ways, and that is going to lead to exponential growth because we never had anything that was so easy to get your hands on and so universal. So let me know what you guys think about my assessment here of where we are in this bull market. Do you guys think that it's over? You guys think I'm tripping? Or do you guys think that, hey, maybe we will have a 600-day bull run, or at least a 600-day run after the halving, which is kind of similar to what we've had in the past? So y'all think positive things will happen? Leave comments down in the below. If you want to check out my Telegram group, it's been kind of quiet in there lately. I'm trying to get that thing real active, and talking about some gems in there. So all the gems that I talk about on this channel will go there first. Y'all think positive things will happen? RIP to crypto roots, and remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Until next time, peace.